Third time's a charm!
I hope we got this figured out, Scotty.
So we're seeing if we got the loops and all the microphone issues sorted. It's Friday Night Flies. It's late night. We're here at Spud Valley Sporting Goods, 1380 Birch Street, downtown Pemberton. Come by for all your sporting goods. If we don't got it, you don't need it. And brought to you also by Pemberton Fish Finder, where myself and BK are guides. Well, BK behind the computer there. He's the head honcho. And we're tying up chum and coho flies tonight. If you were trying to watch before or stumble across the other episodes that we deleted, so I don't think you'll stumble across them. But tonight we've been tying up things like the BK Sprott variant and this little number here, the night at the ballet. So we'll obviously be redoing those ones, not tonight, at another time, same location. But last fly for the night. We're going to do the, what did we call this? The chum, pumpkin chum, something like that. Because it's orange and black, it's Halloween, and it's for chum salmon. We're on the Squamish River. So what we'll do is we'll get at her. I'm about out of chit chat because I've been doing a lot of test videos. So I'm going to get straight to cooking up this recipe for your weekend. And apparently I can't get it out of my vise. Big hook. So, nice little fly. Has a good silhouette. And so what we are tying this little guy on is a number 6 Eagle Claw Steelhead Gold hook. And I got my 3/16 gold bead on there. Use copper if you like. Use nickel if you like. Tie these in a bunch of different colors. Do all your popular coho and chum colors, you know, your pinks, your blues, your oranges, and don't forget about your chartreuse. So we got our 6/0 black uni thread on there, and I've tied it on to, I went a little far there, I want to go right to the hook point, get rid of that little tag, not that anybody's going to see it. Fire Orange Marabou, that is the tail. Grab your piece, get her all bunched up. I'm going to do a nice little tail hair about the full length of that hook. Put her right on top. Ooh, whoa, I like it. Couple good thread wraps in there, keeps it from spinning. What I like to do is I just grab all of this, pull it straight, come right behind the bead, get rid of it. And then I'm just going to grab all this material, loosely wrap up, and hang on to it when you wrap back so that way it doesn't spin around the hook shank. That way it stays even. Beautiful thing. And just double check, make sure that tail's sitting fit. If that tail swings over to the side, then your fly will start riding sideways. Not the desired effect. You want this thing staying straight up. So that's that. That's garbage. Next let's build up this thing. So I'm going to throw a little rib material on there. I got a little bit of this small bright orange polar bear UV chenille. That's right, it's back with a vengeance. I'm going to get that tied on. Just like that. Back up. And I'm going to go to the gold holographic. So when I'm changing up my different colors, oranges and chartreuses, I like doing a gold underlay. My blues and pinks, I like to go to the silver. I just got the thumbs up from the producer that it sounds like our audio issues are sorted out.
A thing of the past.
We have mastered the new broadcasting software. So future episodes will just be getting better and better. But you know what this software doesn't have that I'm going to miss from our old hangouts?
Is the hats and
The hats and
sunglasses.
the faces and the mustaches. Man, I'm gonna
Hey, no
miss
worries.
that.
I'll get it figured out, man. There's plugins.
I'm sure there's a
We'll
plugin.
get it figured out.
Because that was just awesome.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
All right, so you got your bottom layers here. So we're gonna take this gold. And so you can see the purpose of always, everybody's like, well, why do you attach everything at the head and then wind it all the way back? Well, one, gives us a little girth on our hook shank. Two, on these smaller flies, when the, oh, you know what, I didn't bring a slapping. I think I could probably find some.
I got some slapping.
Um,
Oh, just reach behind you. I could use some more anyhow. That's
so,
the nice thing about having that beautiful wall
that wall.
behind us.
And the other reason why sometimes you're wrapping all the way to the head of the fly with all your materials is to keep it all unison so you don't get that big hump in the back. So we got that on there. Next we're going to do a little bit of rib with this small cactus chenille here. Polar bear chenille, it is not cactus chenille. Very different material. Alright, so we come up in there.
You got somebody asking what size hooker you're running on that guy?
It's a size 6 Eagle Claw steelhead hook. So let's see what we got here. Just gonna step away from the bench real quick.
Size 6 Eagle Claw what?
Steelhead hook. Let's see if I got them. So it's an old school.
Super old school.
Old school.
Man.
Where shit was made strong.
And hardy for men and women from everywhere. Every space.
I don't think we have any in that size anymore.
In Diachi?
Diachi. So,
Diachi.
you know, you can use, that would be a very similar size if you want to use the steelhead hook. Basically, I'm using those guys because they were cheap. I got a lot of them, and they're strong. So, Bob's your uncle. That's what happened. So, yeah.
Man, that term is as old as those hooks, man.
It is.
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. So, Brad's getting himself some new slapping here.
I've got
That's
lots
saddle.
hold on, I got lots of slapping.
You got some red slapping?
I got some slapping because I was tying a bunch
red
of coho
or
slappings.
Yeah, we'll have to maneuver around here. I might have a spare little piece somewhere in here.
I got a ton.
Okay.
I got pink, blue, red, orange, and I got a fly box here. I'm digging. Willie's talking. Go ahead. Scotty,
So,
one thing we could do a whole lot less with right now is the rain.
yes, it has been pouring rain on us.
Every freaking day.
Every day, and not a little bit of rain, but a lot of rain. I went out to the Squamish, not yesterday, the day before.
Well, pink.
Oh no, it was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were there yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. So the Squamish had just exploded.
I got pink flopping. Will that work for this fly? No.
No.
Okay, grab some.
It works, but how do you not have any orange slapping?
Well, because I was tying all those skull slappings.
Oh, that's right.
Slapping it up pretty hard.
Alright. Oh, reach.
Sounds
You
like
know what? I don't think the package will miss a feather. Just kidding. Alright, so get your nice matching slapping in there.
Slap it up.
Happy slapping.
Happy slapping.
Alright, so now that we got our collar, now I want appropriate size feathers. These ones are a little short. As we work down, that's what I'm looking for. I want a longer one. You want these to come back to where the tail is, so I'm just going to move these out of the way so that I get all these nice long ones in the back.
I guess for this fly, you're actually doing a little chum slapping.
Yeah, I'm slapping the chum. So we're going to tie it in by the hook, or by the feather tip.
Okay, this is a nice fly. You use heavy sink tip with that. I'm going to answer this one, Scotty. I'm all over this one. Okay, Mr. DRN Napolitan. we're using anywhere from a sink tip and a right sink of type 3 to type 5. So if you split the 3 to 5, I'd say a type 4 would do you really good. We're using anywhere from 4 to 6 foot in leader length with a leader strength of 15 pounds.
15 pounds.
Because typically if you hook a fish that's going to spool you on 15 pounds, you want to be able to break the fly off, or it's going to take everything. So we were trying to use 20 pound for a little bit, but our knuckles were getting pretty beat up, and Scott thought he broke his thumb, and so we're like, okay, well, I think we're going to go back to 15 pound test, and that worked out pretty good for us, didn't it? I mean, you land a good majority of the fish, and the ones that you weren't supposed to land, I mean, occasionally you will foul hook a fish, and that's typically the ones you're not landing, and you want to let them get off as quick as you can. Those are the ones you want to be able to break. Yeah.
So, yeah, it saves you from spooling yourself, being left on the bank with no more fishing line. Alright, so next we're going to our Lady Amherst here. Good answer, Brad, good answer. And I'm going to get myself a couple of fibers here. Lady Amherst, and I usually do them in about bunches of 3, and I put them on in 4 places. So, once. Twice. Roll over. A couple more there.
One thing I have to say, man, is this new platform is really bringing everything in an HD, baby.
3. Yeah. Even the live streaming, it's not all...
Yeah, no, it's not crusty.
Crusty like our old platform.
Crusty like some of them old moldy chums.
There's quite a few of them now.
The zombie zone.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's still, you know, we've been catching chum, I'd say from 3rd week of September. 2nd week of September they started showing up. The peak of the season here is probably another 2 weeks, and then she's on the downhill slide where you're going to start seeing a lot of eagles and bears combing the shoreline, picking up carcasses. Coho are going to run right through till probably mid-December, till they start to dry up and hit zombie land. You're starting to see a few colored ones now too, though, but that's the fun of the salmon run. You see every shape and size and color in the rainbow.
Oh yeah.
And we've been seeing a lot of eagles and a lot of bears.
Yeah, the eagles are really starting to show up by numbers now.
And our friend Zach took a great picture of a family of grizzly bears up in the upper Squamish the other day.
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah, that was a highlight of my day, seeing that picture on his Instagram account. Another great store down in the city, as you're probably all well aware. There's a new Bass Pro shop in Tawasin. Stop in and check out the fly tying section, and our good friend Zach, he'll hook you up with all the new super fly fly tying materials. Great brand, we use a lot of it ourselves. They sponsor our show, FridayNightFlies.com. There's about 300 patterns on FridayNightFlies.com. Stop in and check it out. Anyhow, back to what were you doing? What were you doing this whole time?
I was tying a fly. Hey, so I sparsely put my Lady Amherst around the collar, and then trim off the tags. And then a product that we've been playing with is this Spirit River Lightning Dubbing. I put that on the just to finish off the fly there, and I wonder. I don't think I have it. So normally I just take my dubbing needle and get in there and separate, because Lady Amherst likes to stick to itself, right? So I just get in there and rough it up a little, separate those fibers so that they stand out individual. See how they kind of clump up. Once you get them apart and start fishing this, it has great breathability in the water. It's one of those ones that's kind of like a steelhead fly almost, right? Very reminiscent of a shrimp in the water. I think that's one of the reasons why it might be getting these guys on in the mouth, but there you go. Rough it up a little. If you want, you can also take the old Velcro. I thought I had a Velcro strip in here, but whatever. You can take a little Velcro and pull out that dubbing a little bit.
Here, I got a compass. You need one?
Sure.
You guys are wanting a little information. We're not really going to go into depth as to where we're fishing in Squamish.
Oh, you want to know where? You gotta book a tour.
That's right. PembertonFishFinder.com.
But we'll tell you how.
And you'll get to fish with nothing but hand-tied flies from yours truly, Brad Knowles, and the man behind the vise, Scotty the Boldest.
That's right. So you can just pick it out a little bit. I usually run my scissors in there. It's, when you dub it on, it is a lengthy fiber. Sometimes it gets traps some of that nice slapping and everything that you've done. I just help to plug it out. Like I said, I usually use my dubbing needle to pick it out a little, but that's your little fly, my friends. Great little silhouette on it. The marabou tail collapses. The Lady Amherst stays up. You got a little UV in there for a little fish attractant. And you can see, you can vary up your colors. Under this one here, I use a little bit of a brighter orange for the tail. Give you a little more contrast. Play with it, have fun. It's a great little fly, easy to cast. With it being smaller too, it helps get down to the bottom where you want to be. It's not so what would be the word for that? It's a slimmer profile, so it gets down there.
Water retaining?
Yeah, it's not so
or
water.
Air, it's probably more air retaining than water retaining. You want it to retain the water so that it gets down.
Well, you know what I mean. Sometimes you tie those really big ones with a lot of rabbit and stuff like that, and because of the size of it, it just doesn't cut the water as good.
I got you on a split up top here. We'd like to thank Superfly for making incredible fly tying materials. They also do vices and fly rod combos, everything. Check them out, superfly.com.
Yep.
I would also like to thank Anvil USA for sponsoring our show as well. They sent us a box full of scissors.
Scissors.
Their scissors are pretty darn good. We love them.
They are.
We've got a fine selection of them. We'd like to say a shout out to Reddington, since my man here is a pro staff for Reddington.
Hey.
The man with the master plan. Anyhow, that's pretty well wrapped for tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry for
if you stayed around and watched. Thanks for staying around through the first episodes of Looped Tracks. But like I said, we'll have to retie those patterns for you maybe next week.
Okay.
All right. That's Friday Night Flies saying ciao.